Why did this all begin? Why is there something instead of nothing? Where did it all come from? And where is it all going? Was it meant to happen, or is it just an accident? And most of all, when your story ends, does anything remember you? What if the universe itself holds on to every moment, like pages in a book that can never be erased? What if time never forgets? This is the theory of cosmic memory, and it begins at the beginning of everything. Before existence as we know it, there was the primordial void, an infinite, undifferentiated potential without form, structure, or consciousness. In this state, there was no before or after, no here or there, only pure, unmanifested possibility. Without time, there was no sequence, no cause and effect, no decay or growth. Without memory, there was no record, no past to recall, no identity to reflect upon. This was the eternal now, a state of pure being without division. The birth of time came from the first division, the separation of one state from another. This could be imagined as a cosmic rift, a fluctuation in the void, a spontaneous asymmetry that created the first distinction, light from dark, motion from stillness. The first cause, an initial event, perhaps a quantum fluctuation, a divine will, or an inherent instability in the void that set a sequence into motion. With this division, the illusion of before and after emerged. Time was born not as a linear flow, but as the possibility of change. Memory arose as a consequence of time, because now there was something to remember. The first change left an imprint, a faint echo of what was. This was the seed of memory, not yet conscious, but a fundamental recording of state. The observer paradox. For memory to have meaning, there had to be an observer, a point of reference that could compare past and present. This suggests that consciousness, in some primal form, emerged alongside memory. Memory, in its earliest form, was not recollection, but persistence, the resistance of existence to return to nothingness. Time and memory are inseparable. Time requires memory. Without memory, each moment is isolated, an eternal present with no connection to what came before. Memory requires time. Without time, there is no sequence to record, no past to retain. Together, they create the illusion of continuity, the sense that reality is a flowing, coherent experience rather than a series of disjointed instants. Many traditions echo this idea. Hindu cosmology. The universe emerges from Brahman, the undivided, with Maya, illusion, creating the perception of time and separation. Greek myth. Chronos time emerges from chaos, and Mnemosyne, memory, gives birth to the muses, who shape history and art. Modern physics. The Big Bang represents the birth of space-time, while quantum decoherence suggests that observation, a form of memory, shapes reality. Why does this matter? If time and memory are interdependent, then reality is not a fixed thing, but a dynamic process shaped by perception. Did awareness arise because memory needed a witness? Or did memory emerge because consciousness demanded a past? If time began, can it end? And if memory fades, does time lose its meaning? The birth of time and memory was not a single event, but an ongoing process, the universe learning to remember itself, moment by moment. We are expressions of that memory, fragments of time given form, seeking to understand our own beginning. At its core, the idea that the universe is a memory machine suggests that reality is fundamentally shaped by the recording, preservation, and retrieval of information. This concept bridges physics, metaphysics, and consciousness studies, proposing that existence itself is an evolving system of memory, where the past is not truly gone, but encoded in the fabric of space-time. Modern physics increasingly treats the universe as an information system, rather than just a collection of matter and energy. Every interaction leaves an imprint. Particles remember their entanglement, and observation collapses probabilities into fixed states, quantum decoherence. Even black holes preserve information, suggesting that nothing is truly erased, only transformed. Some theories propose that the universe stores information on a 2D boundary, like a cosmic hard drive, with our 3D reality as a projection. If information is never destroyed, then the universe is, in a sense, a vast memory storage device, where every event leaves a trace. Time may not be a fundamental feature of the universe, but rather an emergent property of causal relationships, how one event influences another. Past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. Our perception of time is just a reading of this fixed structure. Space-time is built from discrete memory events. Each interaction sets the stage for the next, like a cosmic domino effect. The reason we remember the past but not the future may be due to entropy, the increasing disorder of information. The universe remembers its prior states, and this memory creates the illusion of time flowing. If the universe stores information, then consciousness may be a process of accessing and interpreting that memory. Consciousness arises from the complexity of information integration, meaning a highly interconnected system, like a brain, remembers itself into existence. If even particles have a rudimentary form of memory, then consciousness could be a universal property. A controversial but intriguing idea that memory is not just stored in brains, but in a universal field, allowing habits and patterns to persist across time. Our minds might not just have memory, they might be localized expressions of universal memory. The universe remembers through structure. Memory is not just abstract, it is physically encoded in the architecture of reality. The afterglow of the Big Bang is a memory of the early universe, still detectable today. Life itself is a recursive memory system, where genetic code preserves and replicates information across generations. Repeating structures like galaxies, trees, or neurons suggest that the universe remembers certain mathematical forms. The deeper we look, the more reality appears to be a self-referential loop of memory and computation. If the universe is a memory machine, then nothing is truly lost. Every thought, action, and event leaves a permanent imprint. Observation and memory may shape what exists, as in the observer effect. Time may be an illusion. What we experience as now could be a retrieval of stored data, a cosmic archive of all events, thoughts, and memories. The universe remembers actions, shaping future existence. Are we the universe remembering itself? If the universe is a memory machine, then conscious beings like us may be its way of recalling and interpreting its own existence. We are not just observers, we are nodes in a vast, self-referential system of cosmic memory.